Welcome to the Open Page. In our last episode, we met Maxim Gorky, the writer who believed that literature should not merely entertain readers, but awaken them. We also introduced his famous novel, Mother. Today, let us ask a deeper question. Why has Mother remained one of the world's most influential novels for more than a century? What makes the story of an ordinary factory worker's family in early 20th century Russia continue to speak to readers across the cultures and generations? The answer lies in one simple idea. Mother is not just about one family, it's about the awakening of ordinary people. The novel begins in a bleak industrial town where workers spend long hours in factories, earning little, living in poverty, and believing that suffering is simply part of life. For generations, they have accepted exploitation because they have never imagined that life could be different. Gorky reminds us of an important truth. People often accept injustice not because they agree with it, but because they believe they have no alternative. That is why one of the novel's greatest themes is education. Pavel, the young revolutionary, introduces workers to books, ideas, and conversations they had never encountered before. He understands that real change begins in the mind before it appears in society. Knowledge gives people the courage to ask questions. Questions lead to awareness, and awareness becomes the first step towards freedom. Perhaps this is why oppressive systems throughout history have often feared books more than weapons, because ideas travel farther than armies. Another powerful theme in Mother is solidarity. At the beginning of the novel, workers suffer alone. Each person believes his or her pain is personal, but gradually they realize something important. Their struggles are shared, and when people recognize that they are not alone, they discover strength in one another. Gorky reminds us that meaningful social change rarely happens through isolated individuals. It grows through communities that stand together for justice and human dignity. But perhaps the most remarkable transformation in the novel belongs not to Pavel, but to his mother, Pelagia Nilovna. When we first meet her, she is quiet, frightened, and accustomed to living in fear. Years of domestic abuse and hardship have convinced her that silence is the safest way to survive. Yet as she watches her son dedicate himself to justice, something changes within her. She begins asking questions. She begins understanding the world around her. Eventually, she becomes an active participant in the movement herself. She carries banned pamphlets, she spreads ideas, she risks her own safety for people beyond her own family. This transformation makes Mother much more than a political novel. It's also a good novel about women's awakening. Gorky challenges the traditional image of motherhood as confined to the home. Pelagia's love for her son gradually expands into a compassion for an entire community. She becomes not only Pavel's mother, but symbolically the mother of a movement. Her courage teaches us that motherhood is not merely about raising children. It's also about nurturing justice, hope, and humanity. That message continues to resonate even today. Across the world, we continue to witness inequality, poverty, discrimination, and the struggle for human dignity. The circumstances may have changed, the countries may be different, but the questions remain remarkably similar. How do ordinary people challenge injustice? Can education transform society? Can compassion become a force for change? And can one person's courage inspire thousands of others? Gorky's answer is yes, because history is rarely changed by extraordinary people alone. It is changed when ordinary people discover extraordinary courage. That is the enduring power of Mother. It reminds us that revolutions do not begin in the streets. They begin in hearts, they begin in conversations, they begin when someone dares to ask, can the world be different? And perhaps that is the greatest lesson literature can offer us. Great novels do not simply tell us what happened in the past. They help us understand the present and imagine a better future. Thank you for joining me on the Open Page. Until next time, keep reading, keep questioning, and remember that every great story has the power not only to change the way we think, but also the way